This might seem shocking, but there is some evidence or some things about King Charles that align with the characteristics of an Antichrist. So in this video, we will explore some intriguing evidence that has people questioning King Charles and relating him with the Antichrist. Let's find out the truth. Firstly, let's understand what the Bible says about the Antichrist. In Christian beliefs about the end of the world, the Antichrist is someone who is supposed to go against Jesus Christ and try to take his place before Jesus returns a second time. The word Antichrist is mentioned 4 times in the Bible, only in the 1st and 2nd Epistle of John. It talks about someone who denies God the Father and Jesus the Son. In the Gospels of Matthew and Mark, Jesus warns his followers not to be fooled by fake people who claim to be him and perform amazing tricks. These fake Christ-like figures are often called false Christs. There are 3 other ideas linked to the Antichrist: the little horn in Daniel's vision, the man of sin in Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, and the beast of the sea in the book of Revelation. These all represent different aspects of the Antichrist in Christian teachings. How does King Charles correlate the characteristics of an Antichrist? In the Bible, there are certain characteristics that identify the spirit of the Antichrist, which is mentioned in 1 John 4:3. This spirit denies that Jesus Christ came in human form and is not from God. This spirit is said to be already in the world. Characteristics of the Antichrist: denial of Jesus' humanity in 1 John 4:3. It is mentioned that the spirit of the Antichrist denies the human incarnation of Jesus. This means it refuses to acknowledge that Jesus Christ came to earth in a human body. Prince Charles, however, is not denying this fact. The Antichrist is described as someone who gathers all the world's resources and has control over them. Prince Charles mentioned the idea of one person having control over resources in a speech. This aligns with what the Antichrist is said to do in the Bible. Jerusalem surrounded by armies. In Luke 21:20, it is prophesied that Jerusalem will be surrounded by armies, and this is a sign of desolation. These armies will be under the control of the Antichrist. While this has not yet happened, it is worth noting as a potential future event. The title Prince. In Daniel 9:26, the Antichrist is referred to as a prince. Interestingly, Prince Charles holds the title of Prince of Wales. While traditionally he is known as the Defender of the Faith, in an interview, he expressed a preference for being called a defender of faith in general, not specifying any particular faith. Also, his calling himself a defender of faith suggests a broader interpretation of faith rather than a specific one. This aligns with a prophecy in Daniel 11:37, which speaks of someone who does not regard the God of his fathers and magnifies himself above all. Revelation 13:2 and the red dragon. Revelation 13:2 describes the beast with features like a leopard, bear, and lion. Interestingly, the flag of Wales, where Prince Charles derives his power as the Prince of Wales, prominently features a red dragon. This symbol of a dragon is intriguing because it connects to the description in Revelation. When we examine Prince Charles's coat of arms, we find a fascinating alignment with the biblical imagery. The beast in Revelation is described with specific characteristics, and these same characteristics can be seen within Prince Charles's coat of arms. These include the leopard, bear, and lion-like features. And as we delve deeper with the sign about Prince Charles's coat of arms and on the flag of Wales, it takes us towards Revelation 13, where the dragon grants power, a throne, and great authority to the beast. The symbolism here is undeniably thought-provoking. Identifying factors and mark of the beast. Moreover, Revelation 13:18 presents another critical characteristic attributed to the Antichrist, the number 666. This is a symbol that has captured the imagination of many throughout history. While it is challenging to definitively associate this number with any individual, it remains a significant aspect of Antichrist prophecies. However, it's essential to acknowledge that many people bear the number 666 in some way, such as in their names or identification numbers. This can make it difficult to identify the Antichrist solely based on this criterion. Some interpretations suggest that the mark of the beast, as mentioned in Revelation 13, will be more conspicuous, being placed on people's hands or foreheads. Furthermore, it's worth noting that the Bible recognizes the existence of many antichrists in the world, as stated in 1 John 4:3. The spirit of Antichrist is already present, which means that individuals who exhibit certain qualifying factors may not necessarily be the ultimate Antichrist mentioned in biblical prophecies. And that's not it. Revelation 13:3 presents a compelling prophecy that says the Antichrist's head will suffer a mortal wound, and yet he will be miraculously healed. This event will be a definitive and undeniable sign when the Antichrist is revealed. It will capture the attention of the entire world, leading them to marvel and follow after the beast. This prophecy sets a clear benchmark for identifying the Antichrist. Also, we have heard about the worship of the Antichrist and the dragon. This is what is defined in Revelation 13:4. Revelation 13:4 indicates that both the Antichrist and the dragon that gave him power will be objects of worship. People will venerate the dragon for granting authority to the beast and will revere the beast himself. This act of worship will be a striking and unmistakable characteristic associated with the Antichrist. Another factor is self-magnification and denial of God. In Daniel 11:37, it is prophesied that the Antichrist will not regard the God of his fathers, nor will he desire women or regard any god. Instead, he will magnify himself above all gods. While Prince Charles's preference for being called a defender of faith instead of defender of the faith suggests a broad interpretation of faith, we have not witnessed him magnifying himself above all gods or exhibiting other aspects of this prophecy. Additionally, the telling feature of the Antichrist's arrival is that the entire world will marvel after him, seeking him as the answer to global problems. Some individuals have already raised suspicions about Prince Charles being the Antichrist, often driven by disagreements with his policies, such as his stance on unifying world systems for climate justice. The arrival of Antichrist. In regards to the Antichrist and the signs of his arrival, it's crucial to recognize that when the true Antichrist emerges, the world will not merely accept him as a decent leader, they will worship him. People will willingly receive a mark on their hands or foreheads as a symbol of allegiance. This level of devotion will be unparalleled, leaving no room for doubt. While we may speculate and analyze potential candidates based on identifying qualities, we must be cautious. It's only when these undeniable and prophesied events occur that we can definitively identify the Antichrist. So, we may not know who the Antichrist is yet, and we should refrain from making hasty judgments until the clear and irrefutable signs manifest. The world today is already influenced by the spirit of the Antichrist, deceiving and leading people astray. However, we must remember that Jesus has already defeated all evil. He sits on his heavenly throne, ready to embrace those who genuinely seek him. Jesus offers to transform lives and secure eternity for those who wholeheartedly turn to him. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus extends an invitation to everyone burdened by life's challenges. He promises rest to those who come to him, offering a yoke that is easy to bear and a burden that is light. This contrasts sharply with the heavy yoke of the enemy, laden with lust, greed, and corruption, which ultimately leads to destruction. Choosing to follow Jesus brings rest for the soul and the assurance of a life filled with meaning and purpose. He is the way, the truth, and the life, offering eternal salvation. So while the spirit of the Antichrist may be present in the world, those who seek Jesus find the rest they yearn for. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. He provides a pathway to salvation now and for all eternity. So what do you think of the Antichrist and King Charles being the Antichrist? Is this true? Has an Antichrist been found? Comment below and subscribe for more.